The P.U.S.H Livestream 2023, presented by A Song a City in partnership with Hydrocephalus Canada, the Knights of Columbus, Plan a Vacation, Curated Travel, 85 Grand Communication and Friends, created to connect, celebrate, and amplify the voices, stories, and abilities of our local and global community of Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus.
Hi everyone, happy World Awareness Day of Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus, and welcome to this year's P.U.S.H Livestream 2023, created to connect, celebrate, and amplify the voices, stories, and abilities across our SB&H community. My name's Emma St. Aubin, and I'll be one of your MCs for this year's livestream alongside my bestie, Danny Lamb.
That's right. Thanks, bestie. Hi. And this year on the A Song a City P.U.S.H Livestream, we've got even more to celebrate, as this year marks 10 years of A Song a City, which was created in 2013 as a simple idea to use music as a tool to think global and act local, which is exactly the theme of this year's live stream.
And to kick things off, just as they began 10 years ago, we are going global and back to the place where it all began in 2013. Ireland, with Paul Gangley singing a song he wrote and performed in the first ever live stream called Fellow Man.
I don't care what they say, there's no difference. You can learn from me, I can learn from you too. We all have our struggles, it makes no sense to oppress. The more the richer for everyone. Just because we make different ways doesn't mean our dreams not the same. Love is only perception away. It doesn't have an image. A silly word separates us. Unblock your mind. We are your fellow man. A guy falls in love with a girl. She's with the man of the town. He tells her he loves her. She says so sweet, you'll always be my friend. The house, the car, the holidays, she's got it all figured out. She puts up with his wayward ways. She let true love slip away. Love is only perception away. It doesn't have an image. A silly word separates us. Unblock your mind. We are your fellow man.
Paul, what a wonderful vocal, lyric, and message for us all. I love the ability that music has to create positive connection, and you'll hear lots more of that today.
Of course, music has been a part of our story and a tool for change since the very beginning of A Song a City, and it's been so incredibly exciting to see what has continued to blossom throughout the growth, life, and purpose of A Song a City.
like the Push Project podcast, of course, created to amplify the stories and abilities of our community.
Wow, if that doesn't say something about the power of community and humans coming together from across our community to rewrite the narrative and what it means to live with spina bifida or hydrocephalus, then I don't know what does.
Beyond that, this year we celebrated the 100th episode on the podcast, and we also partnered with the Hydrocephalus Association of USA and Hydrocephalus Association of Canada to launch World Hydrocephalus Day, which usually is marked on the September of 20th, through a mission called Voices of Hydrocephalus, which included voices from all over the world, who you might also recognize from the Push podcast.
And today we're even joined by the president and CEO of the Hydrocephalus Association of USA to share a bit more about it.
On September 20th, 2023, people from around the world will come together to commemorate the inaugural World Hydrocephalus Day. Together, we aim to raise awareness about hydrocephalus and express solidarity with individuals grappling with this intricate neurological condition. Annually, nearly 400,000 children worldwide receive a diagnosis of hydrocephalus. Furthermore, there are approximately 8 million seniors globally living with normal pressure hydrocephalus, or NPH, a substantial number of whom remain undiagnosed or lack access to the life-saving treatment they urgently need. We invite you to show your support by wearing blue on World Hydrocephalus Day and sharing your personal stories on social media. Don't forget to include the hashtag World Hydrocephalus Day. World Hydrocephalus Day offers an inclusive platform for everyone to collaborate in shaping a brighter future for those affected by hydrocephalus. For more information about World Hydrocephalus Day and how you can get involved, please visit the website on your screen.
Welcome to the launch of World Hydrocephalus Day, brought to you by the Hydrocephalus Association of USA, Hydrocephalus Canada, and alongside organizations around the world to recognize the need for Hydrocephalus Day.
Hydrocephalus is a condition that is a buildup of fluid around the brain.
Hydrocephalus is having tubes running from my head to my stomach to drain excess brain fluid.
The term hydrocephalus is derived from the Greek word hydro, meaning water, and cephalus, meaning the head.
Hydrocephalus means an extra cerebral spinal fluid.
Hydrocephalus.
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 I'm Shauna Bodway, Director of Programs and Information at Hydrocephalus Canada.
Hi there, so my name is Will Pieta, and I'm a Program and Service Coordinator for Hydrocephalus Canada.
I'm from Mexico. The city I was born in is Morelia, Michoacán.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I am from a little town in South Texas, USA.
Hey, my name is Brett Wills. I'm from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada.
I'm raised up in Nairobi, Kenya, and this is where I call home. Yeah.
Hey, my name's Danny Lamb, and I'm from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada.
Hi there. My name is Troy Chandler. I was diagnosed with hydrocephalus at the age of 28 in 1994. I am from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Canada, born and raised.
I'm Brian Darby. I'm from Scotia, New York, USA.
I'm Melody in Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada. I was diagnosed with hydrocephalus when I was a few weeks old after being born 3 months premature.
I'm from Zambia. Zambia is located central, southern part of Africa.
Hi, I'm Em. I'm from Thorold, Ontario, Canada.
Happy World Hydrocephalus Day, and thank you to everyone in Canada for celebrating today.
I just want to wish everyone out there a happy World Day of Hydrocephalus.
Happy World Hydrocephalus Day.
Hey, it's me, Chevy Jordan in Southern Ontario. It's wonderful to see so many people in so many places celebrating the abilities of people with spina bifida and hydrocephalus. Over to you, Em.
That's right, Chevy Jordan. Not only does this year mark 10 years of A Song of City, but 50 Years of Hydrocephalus Canada, an organization that works to serve our spina bifida and hydrocephalus community across Canada.
And Hydrocephalus Canada is one of the big reasons that at 18 years old, not only did I become connected and involved with our local spina bifida and hydrocephalus community, but that time has empowered so much of what I do today across the country and around the world. That said, let's meet some more of our community and friends here in Canada. All right, and welcome back to another episode of the Push Project podcast. And this year being the 50-year anniversary of Hydrocephalus Canada and 10-year anniversary of Asonga City, we thought it's serendipitous, meant to be. Spotlight Canada's gotta be a thing. Canadian crew, how we doing? Hey, could we go around? Can you tell us who you are? Where are you from? Where do you call home?
Troy and Annette Chandler. We're from Sault Ste. Marie, and we still live in Sault Ste. Marie.
Lisa Harper, and I live in Blythe, Ontario.
Kaz Fisher, and I lived in St. Catharines, but I'm originally from Hamilton.
My name's Emma St. Aubin, and I'm from Thorold, Ontario.
I am Will Pieta, and I'm from a little place called Chatham, Ontario.
Hi, I'm Nora. I'm from Toronto, Ontario.
And I'm Brett Wills, and I live in Mississauga, Ontario.
What a motley crew we are.
Yeah, what a motley crew. What is one thing that you're really great at?
I'm a people person, so I like to bring people up.
And I'm very much like you, Troy. My people skills and being able to interact with people and, like you said, be positive, stay positive, help bring people up.
I tend to be pretty good at keeping a positive mindset despite everything going on. And I try to spread that for the people around me.
So realized in the last almost 7 months that I have untapped potential in writing, and I'm being paid for it right now, and it's pretty exciting.
Right, jump on that train. I also really like writing. Like, I'm doing a history degree right now, and I've been finding writing about history and everything, connecting that to different things that are going on, really interesting. So I'd say that that's something that I'm okay.
I'm the type of person that likes talking to people and just being around people, making people smile, and like just seeing kids want to know about my disability and what makes me tick makes me happy.
One thing I've always been really great at is writing. Whether I'm able to use that to, write a nice story, to tell a beautiful story about something. It's something I've always just been really passionate about, and it's something that's just always been in me. And now it's something that I use to, communicate factual information. And, in my work with Hydrocephalus Canada, communicating, different values of the organization, different facts and figures about hydrocephalus and spina bifida, to really be that advocate, because, I'm sure a lot of you can attest to the fact that, these are conditions that aren't as known about as they could be, and really need more of a voice behind them, so people, understand what they are, but also know that we can still, do lots of different things.
I wanted to know, what's one of your favorite things about our spina bifida and hydrocephalus community in Ontario, Canada, period?
For me, it's the people, and I love having the platform. I'm going to use that word, platform, to be able to connect with everybody.
I just like the fact that we're all being like pioneers for this, and I think the word is getting out about it, and I think it's just nice that there's someone there for you.
It's really funny. I didn't learn to appreciate my SBNH until much later. But now that I look back at it, I really like seeing the youth with SBNH, because it offers me an opportunity to kind of reflect on what my youth was like with SBNH. And I'm at the age now, I'm almost 40, where there's a lot of parents who have youth with SBNH. And so if I have an opportunity to connect with parents of youth and let them know if they're still wondering if the child's going to be okay, like, yeah, I'm hitting 40 years old next year. Your child is going to be fine.
I'm going to go off of that just a little bit, Brett. Like I'm the same. Like, yeah, I didn't learn to appreciate my disability as well, because I think I was bitter. I was bitter at the fact that I couldn't do the same things a lot of my friends could do. And I always viewed myself as different. But as I got older, I realized I'm not different. And it's cliche, but I'm unique. So and learning how to adapt the world with the disability is a huge challenge. And seeing parents with kids with spina bifida, you can say, yes, your child's going to be fine. And you can show that I'm this age and I made it through. Like, my mom was always worried that I wasn't going to be able to walk. Like, from the moment I came out, the doctors told her, yeah, he's not going to walk ever. He's not going to be able to speak or anything. He's also not going to live past the age of 10. I'm almost 40 as well. So here I am.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, for me, like, it was like during the pandemic, so like kind of recently, that I kind of discovered like this community and stuff. And yeah, it wasn't really something that I like talked about or like thought too much about before. So I've just been really grateful for the past couple of years to start to, like, this is my first like time with like a group of people. Like, so far my community has been Emma, who's been amazing and like one of my closest friends, and then Danny, who I met recently. So this is like a big deal for me, like, right, even just in this exact moment.
I think it's important to realize that none of us are alone. You know, this community it's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Can I ask, in connection to our community, whether it be our community here in Ontario or the relationships that some of us, if not all of us, have across the country, what are some of the most dominant in those connections, in those conversations? What are some of the most dominant topics related to spina bifida and or hydrocephalus that come up with folks in conversations across our community?
Okay, I'll start this off a little bit. So with just transitioning from pediatric care to adult care, and even speaking with joining hydrocephalus support groups and everything, I see a lot of like people talking about like how there is a lack of clinics to see your neurosurgeon as an adult versus pediatric care where you're followed by regularly versus just, oh, when you have symptoms, just go to the ER kind of things.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about that a bunch. Even just like last year, I went to like my first like in Montreal, like on my own, to my first like neuro appointment, and I was like, I don't know what to ask, I don't know what to say, like, oh no, this is scary.
Because it becomes a different world after that. These people that literally I've grown up seeing at least once a year, and you make those connections and it becomes like a family. And it's just a different feeling knowing that the support is there, but just in a different capacity, and you just know that you have to just kind of go after it a different way.
We get people that call us or whatever, and they'll be asking, well, like, after the surgery, am I still going to be able to do the same things that I used to be able to do? Am I still going to, stuff like that? And it's just like, you still will. It just might be toned down a little bit. Revisions, they ask about revisions because everybody goes to Google and they're seeing all the horror stories. And I'm like, well, back up a little bit. There's a lot of really good stories out there too. People that have had shunts for like years upon years, decades, that no problems.
I find it interesting that like you said it with revisions, is like some people have had many revisions, some people have had few revisions, if any.
Yeah.
Like, I had my first revision when I was like 6 months old. And so with that being said, I'm just curious, how many revisions has anyone had, if any?
I don't have a shunt, but one of my closest girlfriends does. And it's the oddest thing because she knows when it's happening, and she'll say something to me and she'll say, I told you that a couple of times already, didn't I? And I'm like, yeah, you did. And she's like, oh, got to get it revised. And she's spot on. So she can tell when things are, which I think is really good, but her short-term memory is just destroyed. Yeah, it's really, it's odd to see, but she's got her under control, and she knows when she needs to advocate for herself and to get it looked after. So
we've been through 12 revisions.
These past couple of years have been a bit rough for me, but as Danny knows, but it was 4 years ago that I had my first revision, and since then I've had multiple revisions. I've had my tubing fall in my stomach. I've had weird things happen, and I actually was just discharged from the hospital on Monday.
Oh boy.
I have really low ICP right now. I'm in the negative numbers for intracranial pressure in my brain right now, which they're trying to solve, which has been an ongoing issue, but we're getting through it.
I didn't know if you were going to talk at all about that tonight, Em, but I'm happy you did.
Yeah,
So
I'm open to it.
Thank you for sharing that.
yes, thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say Emma and I had almost similar experiences. I had my first revision I was 13, and I haven't had a revision since. So I've been very lucky.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood. I'm 38. I've had one shunt revision.
That's the one thing that's it's really interesting. That's what's interesting is we all have the same thing, but the journey has been different. It's nice. It's nice hearing everybody else's stories.
I feel like there's one common thing is that we're really resilient, and we're gonna get through it all together. Like I feel like our community is so resilient and strong because we go through so much, and people don't realize it.
Agreed.
Yeah, absolutely. That, and we have cool scars to tell a story.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
I want to come back to your point around resiliency. I'd love to know, if I could, if you could go back in time, what is one thing that you would tell, one piece of advice or one thing you tell your younger self?
It's going to be okay.
And what the doctors tell you isn't always the case.
My advice would be be yourself.
For myself, especially in the past couple of years with all the experiences and revisions I've had, is just letting that all those experiences, I'm going to find my path because of it. And it's going to lead me in a way that I probably wouldn't go towards without all of it. And I'm going to meet amazing people across our community.
I think a piece of advice I would tell myself is I'm not broken, and you're also not your circumstance.
Still attest to the idea that it's going to be okay. I've been through a lot, but I've managed to get through everything that's been thrown in my way.
I don't know, maybe something about, like specific this, like how everyone just has like different circumstances and different stories, and just like understanding that everyone goes through something different, especially in this community, and like just to like respect and try to like listen to everyone's differences. Because I feel like coming in, I was like, oh, like I don't have the same experience as maybe everyone, and like that's okay, and we're all just like learning about each other and everything. So yeah, I feel like that's recently been something that I've just been like, oh, it's great to just hear different stories.
Yeah, for me, if I could give myself younger self advice, it would be you're going to be okay, regardless of what people tell you.
I'm curious to know, what are you most excited, optimistic, hopeful for the evolution of our Spina Bifida Hydrocephalus community across the country over the next 50 years?
I'm so happy the way that it's taken off right now, that we planted a seed. We're getting the awareness out there, and I just think it's just going to get better and better, and more people are going to get comfortable with their condition. And I'm hopeful that for all of us, that the care is going to be there for us down the road. I'm hoping that there's still going to be there's so many, like, I hope the doctors are going to be there. I hope the care is still going to be there for us. That's what I'm really hopeful for. I'm hopeful that everybody is just that's getting the condition that it's gonna have the support now and not feel alone.
I'm looking forward to the day when I say Hydrocephalus Canada, people don't go, what?
Jumping off of that, like I'm excited to see like the support and the resources of Hydrocephalus Canada and the positive impact that they bring to everybody just expand and explode and being used to support more people.
Yeah, I totally agree with that too. And just watching our community grow as a whole, and creating connections along the way.
Yeah, the resources, the technologies, the innovations, that's really That's going to be really, really cool in the next 50 years, no matter what.
For me, in the next 50 years, it would actually have to be acceptance.
Good one.
Acceptance from ourselves, realizing we might be disabled, but we can do anything that anybody else can do, as well as acceptance from the able-bodied community. And with having the same disabilities, our disability brings us together, and that's what I love about this community as well.
Quick selfie. Ready? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, cheese.
And
Nice meeting
everybody.
you all. Very nice
Love
meeting
you
you
Good to
all.
meet you.
Yes,
Have a
great to
great
meet
rest of the
everybody.
week.
Guys.
Happy Awareness Month.
Guys.
Yes.
Bye.
From Canada to the world, this year we were fortunate to be able to continue to connect more deeply with humans across our Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus community, and in so many different ways.
And 2 humans that were able to visit within the Vancouver and Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada. That is Robin Ryan and Melody Rose, as well as 2 friends and published authors in our Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus community are joining us today to show how they are changing the game through their story, passion, and purpose.
I wanted to introduce a poem to you because, you know, poetry is a big part of my life. And, you know, yeah, I mean, this is called Flourishing Fields of Freedom by Rob Ryan. As we walk through this field, liberated, fresh, and free of negativity, we begin to understand why we are here. To be present, to be whole, to do as we were told. We underestimate this aspect of stillness that is within us all, screaming with a voice so hoarse, it's barely audible. And I want to explain why I wrote that. So when I write the line, screaming with a voice so hoarse, it's barely audible, that's our voice to advocate for ourselves. So as a whole, as a group, as a community, we need to come together and not separate, isolate each other. I hope you enjoy it.
This is a Douglas fir tree, and you know, because the cones hang down whereas most cones sit upright. And the Pacific Northwest indigenous story is that there was a forest fire and the mice needed somewhere to hide. So it asked the cedars and the maples, but they couldn't help. So the Douglas fir tree said, you can hide in my cones as long as you don't eat the seeds. So it looks like a little mouse butt with the legs and the tail sticking out.
I love it.
And then Douglas firs, they look a lot like hemlocks. So Douglas firs are like tall and upright. And the hemlocks, and with the bigger cones, and the hemlocks have a droopy top and smaller cones.
Cool.
Hello everybody, my name is Shiva Mongavan, author of I Smiled Back, the story nobody knows. And today I'd like to read you a short excerpt from my book. Let's talk about legacy and writing a book about the life of a disabled woman who was determined to thrive and challenge stereotypes. And trust me, I've tried to make this book humorous, but insightful. First things first, what is a legacy? Is it a fancy word of leaving something behind us when we're gone? It's a fancy way of saying, I was here, people. Well, in a way, yes. But it's more than that. It's about an impact that you leave behind. It's about how people remember you. It's about the stories they tell about you long after you're gone. And let's face it, we all want to be remembered for something good.
Hi, my name is Mitra Nahavandi, and I am from Madison, Wisconsin, and I am the author of Disability to Disability, Rising Above Life While Living with Spina Bifida. And one of my favorite passages from the book is, it's no surprise by now that I love challenging myself. There's something about the rush, the adrenaline, and the idea of pushing past my own self-doubts that thrills me into continually taking on more challenges. And that is just something that I really strive to do every single day. The individuals that I talk to, I try to help them understand that you can push yourself. You can rise above any and every challenge that comes your way. It may be hard, and you might need a team behind you, but you can do it. You can rise above anything that life throws at you.
Thanks, friends. The work you do reminds us how powerful thinking global and acting local can be in creating a more sustainable future for us all.
And this year was a year full of milestones in continuing to connect more deeply with our community, so much so that we even took the show across the country.
It's June, Spina Bifida Hydrocephalus Awareness Month. We're going to Vancouver. Let's go.
This year, through the mission and vision of A Song a City and alongside humans and organizations across our SB&H community around the world, we were able to reach so many new heights and create an even larger impact together. In Thinking Globally, the podcast celebrated its 100th episode and has currently, since 2021, been downloaded almost 4,000 times across every continent, 67 countries, and 583 cities worldwide. This year, we had the extreme privilege of partnering and working alongside Irish singer-songwriter Paul Gantley to release his single, Fellow Man to the World, as well as the Hydrocephalus Association of USA and Hydrocephalus Canada to launch the inaugural World Hydrocephalus Day on September 20th. Acting locally, we took the show across Canada this year, playing a show in Vancouver, British Columbia, alongside friends of our community and raising $500 that was split amongst Hydrocephalus Canada and the Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus Association of BC. If that wasn't enough, we also spoke and performed at our friend Melody's daughter's elementary school in Chilliwack, British Columbia, delivering a message of inclusion and accessibility through the story of Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus. This year has been incredible, and we know that it's been a success because of the ability that we've had to work alongside other humans and organizations across our SB&H community. So here's to another 10 years in doing what we do to connect, celebrate, and amplify the voices, stories, and abilities across our Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus community. Happy World Awareness Day, friends.
So cool. It is so awesome to see the incredible work that is being done across Canada and around the world from past to present to connect, celebrate, and amplify the voices, stories, and abilities from humans across our community and rewrite the narrative around what it looks like and means to live with spina bifida, hydrocephalus, and or a disability.
It truly is, Emma, and it doesn't stop there. Over the course of the past 2 years, A Song a City has been making to create tools and to make positive impacts to engage our community, mostly through arts and creating conversations that are important to us and help us engage with each other.
Nos encanta tomar acciones, por eso permítanme presentarles a Ina, nuestra secretaria en A Song a City, quien además es la facilitadora de conversaciones en nuestra comunidad, y a Linnea Bertlin, del proyecto de arte Mycelium.
Hi, my name is Ina Åkerberg, and I'm your host of Community Conversation. I was born with spina bifida and hydrocephalus, and I love to host Community Conversation. Is a space that aims to empower, unite, and change our local and global SB&H community through talking about different topics, both from fact and personal experience.
Hello, my name is Linnea Bertlin and I am the artist of the Mycelium Art Project. The project is about connecting people in the Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus community through art. This year we have been having 2 workshops so far, and we are going to have one later on this year, so make sure to follow our social media, asongofcity.com and the Mycelium Art Project on Instagram. There you can find information about the next workshops and what's going on right now.
So cool. These tools for change are creating an impact and energy that I think is not just exciting, but truly has the power to shape the future for so many people, young and old, who live with spina bifida and hydrocephalus.
Yeah, it really is pretty cool, isn't it? Speaking of impact, this past year, one of our longtime friends and a Song of City team members did something that she could have never imagined doing, and it's being shown to the world right here today for the first time ever on World Day of Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus. This is our friend Ava, aka the Rolling Diva, singing the song Finding Our Way and taking us down memory lane of our first ever A Song of City tour in 2013.
My name is Eva, and I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. I always loved music and singing. I took voice lessons in my teens for 2 years, and then I sang in choirs for like 6 years maybe. So music has always been a part of my life. I don't go anywhere without my headphones. Finding our way means more now after I sing it than it did before, although I always thought it was an amazing song. That song represents everything that we strive for at A Song City and everything we stand for. It's evolution, it's day-to-day life, it's the struggles, it's the wins, it's community. Yeah.
my name's Ashley, and I'm a parent to Isaac who has hydrocephalus. I believe by acting locally to support and raise our children to develop a sense of themselves, they will be empowered in the future. Our kids are incredible, and they will do beautiful things in this world. I also see the power and strength in connecting with other parents in the SB&H community to support each other through this journey and make lifelong connections.
Hi, my name is Julia Duff, and I am proud to be the Executive Director of the Spina Bifida Association of New York State. It was 8 years ago today that I got involved with the Spina Bifida community and never looked back. I started out being overwhelmed by how many obstacles people with Spina Bifida had to face just for being born different. And I was amazed that every time I reached out to an individual or family member to ask a question so I could help another family, there was no hesitation to offer whatever support was needed. This is what motivates me to make a difference every day, big or small. The power of the Spina Bifida community is a beautiful thing, and I am so grateful to be an ally and an advocate. Happy World Spina Bifida Day!
Hi, I'm Jerry McGuire, Chief Executive Officer of Spina Bifida Hydrocephalus Ireland, and I live with Spina Bifida. If you are living with Spina Bifida and or hydrocephalus and you live in Lookout Mountain, Tennessee, in the middle of the South Pole, the North Pole, the green fields of Ireland, it doesn't really matter where you live, because I want you to know that we all have something in common, that we're all part of one community, one family, with shoulders that you can lean on when you have times of need, voices that can cheer you up in times of doubt, and words that will encourage you when you need them. So be proud being a member of this family, because I know we're proud of you being a member of our family.
Dear friends, my name is Pierre Mechtens, and I'm sharing Child Therapy International. And it's an organization working with people with Spina Bifida and hydrocephalus in the Global South. It's important to realize that because of prevention measures and also prenatal screening, Spina Bifida and hydrocephalus really becomes the disability of the South. Probably 70 to 80% are living in countries where access to treatment is not evident, is even often very difficult. And when I say not for but with, Child Therapy really is building on the capacity of the people in the Global South. And that's why we took our disability slogan, nothing about us without us, also on the front of our annual report. Because it's about them. And we are not doing this for them, we are doing this with them. And the World Spina Bifida Day in, for example, Africa, is really a moment where parents come out with their children on the street, singing songs, having a concert, going to the minister, to the parliament, to the hospitals, fighting for their rights. So nothing about us without us is not only the disability movement, but is also a wonderful slogan for decolonization, and that's all about what Child International is about. Thank you for being with us. I'm very happy being with you, and let's continue our fight together. Thank you.
Guys, my name is Maureen Sharon Awino, advocating for Spina Bifida and hydrocephalus. Our organization is NeuroKids.
Hi guys, my name is Yawachiko from NeuroKids Warriors organization. I'm advocating for hydrocephalus and Spina Bifida.
This is Vakinzi from Kenya, and I'm advocating for Spina Bifida and hydrocephalus.
A warm welcome to you all during today's World Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus Day. As Secretary General of the International Federation for Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus, I'm sending you the best wishes from our head office in Brussels. Today, our global community comes together to raise awareness about spina bifida and hydrocephalus all over the world, and it also serves as means to advocate and promote the rights of persons with disabilities and showcase our strength. With this year, we have a theme, accessibility for all, and that theme resonates with our global community. Why? Because ensuring accessibility is of paramount importance for our global community. Accessible environments, adequate healthcare, social services, and opportunities to empower you to fully participate in society, realize your potential, and of course, leading fulfilling lives. We cannot do this alone. Compliments to A Song, a City, and for enabling us to meet in such a creative way. Let us be loud and vocal as to what you think should be prioritized to ensure accessibility for all. Wishing you an inspiring day.
It doesn't get much more real than that. A Song, a City began as a way of figuring out how we can use our abilities to hold space and create opportunities for our community to step into the light. And I think the Rolling Diva is a testament to the work that is being done and that will continue to be done in the coming future in serving our spina bifida and hydrocephalus community locally and globally for years to come.
However, that's it for now, friends. 10 years in the making and we've only just begun. This has been another successful Push live stream, and we cannot thank you enough. To our partners, sponsors, allies, friends, media team, A Song, a City, everyone who's tuned in today, and to our SB&H community around the world.
So here's to thinking global, acting local, and doing everything that we can do in our own lives and alongside each other to rewrite the narrative and create the change that we all want to see. We'll see you next year.